Right then. Ooh, need to turn that volume down on my laptop. I need to remember that a little bit more. Right, welcome to Tryzub Radio. It is Thursday. It's a couple of minutes to 6 o'clock in the UK on Thursday, so that means it's a couple of minutes to 8 o'clock in Kiev or Odessa, as it happens. So yeah, just waiting. I can see you down there. Oh, Laura, excellent. I was wondering if you were going to be there or not. Um, I've just actioned your speaker request, Laura. Didn't see it on my phone, but did see it on the flag top, as I call it. So hopefully you can come up to speaker. Oh, Laura, is my volume up? I wonder. Yeah, so Laura, I can see you in speaker now. Let's send you a co-host request to get that sorted out, and then we can have a sort out of coasts of life. So you there, Laura? Give us a mic check. Let's hope that you're there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, it's Coast of Life. Greetings from Odessa.
Oh, hello. How are you? I thought that was going to be Laura for a minute. Then I thought, oh, Laura's accent has changed a little bit.
No, I am not Laura. I am Dr. Sue. At least people know here on Twitter me like with this nickname.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I didn't realize you'd come up already. So that was excellent. You sneaked up on me there. What should I call you? What would you like me to call you?
Okay, let's keep the Dr. Sue.
Dr. Sill.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Sill. Okay, I will do. We'll do that. Right. I just want to do a mic check with Laura first of all. Laura, are you there? Can you do a mic check? No, Laura may not be able to hear me, so it's okay. We'll carry on. I will check my DMs to see if Laura's about. Right then. So where's my notes? So, right. So welcome to Tryzub Radio. Have I said that correctly? First of all, Tryzub. Is that the correct
Yeah,
pronunciation?
Tryzub.
Tryzub. Oh, brilliant! It's taken me a week. It's taken me about 5 days to Tryzub to get that right.
In any case, you always can ask Greenfell and she will train you to pronounce it right.
Excellent. All right. Well, Tryzub. That's what I'm going to go with. It sounds okay in my ears, but my ears might be a bit funny. So I'm going to stick with that and try and work on that. So right. So welcome. I hope you're okay. I hope you've had a good day, and I hope this session is going to be really good. This session is basically going to be to interview you, so you can tell me well what you've been doing, what you're currently doing, and what you plan on doing in the future as well. So I've got a bunch of questions. I've got a bunch of questions. You're giggling away. What's up? Is it my accent?
No, it's the answer for the question what we are going to do. Because we have a shitload of requests for the trench candles, and so we've done trench candle all this week. We are going to do them tomorrow. We are going to send them on Saturday. We are going to um, sort the cans for the trench candle on Sunday, and I hope we'll have some money for paraffin to buy it and make more trench candles next week.
So you're doing a little.
It's already cold season. As I wrote in our post, that winter mode is on because we got too much requests. So today we had we have just too few ones. Finally, it's turned on like 4 requests. Totally took around 500 candles, mediums and large, and that means that we will work tomorrow several hours more than I planned.
Okay. Well, no rest to the wicked, as we say here in the UK. That's a good phrase. Right, so I've got a bunch of questions, but I've got 10 questions. So we're going to start off with the first one. So we're going to go back to
Sure.
we're going to go back to your origins, just so people get an idea of how you started. So can you walk me through how Coast of Life started in Odessa and what inspired the focus on trench candles and nets
Oh,
as an
it's
as aid items?
a bit interesting, a bit weird story. So actually, Victor, you see always him on photos, in photos, sorry. Um, and me started volunteering since the beginning of the full scale. And at first we helped several charities making common nets and working with refugees. Um, but in autumn, one of volunteers with whom we worked at that time come up with the idea that the trench candles are needed. Um, and she was speaking a lot about it, but she hadn't started. So we decided that we had to start because it's getting colder, it's autumn, it's always raining, the foods are wet, so everybody don't like it. If you stay away of your home, get wet, it sucks. And we collected some cardboard, um, some cans. It Victor used the tram to visit different districts of Odessa and to get our first 100 of cans. Then we cut. I think we started just in 3 person. Um, at our living room, we cut some cardboard. It was bad one because it was laminated. It was from some cat food. Even I remember it was purple and very thin. So never use thin cardboard covered with plastic because it will stink. Because later we got feedback from the soldiers. You made shit, your candle stinks, they give smoke. And we understood that we really used bad type of cardboard, and we decided not to do it anymore. But it's still the problem for many people. They don't understand that we don't collect thin cardboard with plastic, and they continue to bring it. Um, so one nice lady from Odessa, she's one of our regular donors now, helped us to buy first 25 kilos. We made first strange candles in kitchen, and then we it was, so I think a part of autumn we started to collect cardboard and cans, and so sorted it as it was possible. Finally it turned in more or less large process. So we thought that okay, we even can get 300 cans a week. It sounds great. So that means that we can make 300 of strange candles. What's it? Yes, 300 of strange candles. It could just can cover one request. Um, and I think it was late December. Um, there was a program that Lithuanian people fundraised for paraffin for Ukraine for strange candles, and it was brought to Ukraine, and it was possible to get several kilos or several hundred of kilos if you are a registered charity. So some of our friends already was at the coast of life. That time it dealt with mainly with medicine, and we decided that it will be easier to join with our trench candle process to the charity that already exists than to organize our own. And so you know that the coat of arm of coast of life actually is a dolphin, and we decided that seals also live at the coast, and we love seals. We really love them. And we decided that okay, dolphin will be responsible for medical questions, and seal will be responsible for warmth and coziness. And also, one of volunteers who joined us that time, she contacted the head of Ongeron Lyceum, a school where she studied before, and she allowed it, to use one of the classrooms to make strange candles, because at the time the school was working only online. It was our first candle studio. And there we spent all winter. Also, we poured the candles, I think, in 5 flats of our volunteers also, because that time we had a lot of blackouts, and it was better to share the process, um, because you never know when you have the light, because some parts of the city had a suitable shadow, some are not, and some were really happy because they were on the same energy lines with some strategy object like something essential, and they had light nearly all the time. So that winter, all processes of cutting and okay, sorting the cans moved to our attic, um, and in I think in February 2023, also we good cooperation with Sweetheart. It was a charity who works with refugees, and they said, okay, let's try us to make some master classes how to put range candles, and we made some there. Like for beginning, we brought some. They collect some cans, and we sorted them. So people cut cardboard there. Then the other part of people rolled it, and finally we poured a bit strange candles, and everything was nearly the same time sent to several requests.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Well, carry on, carry on.
yeah. Then I learned from one Denmark volunteer on Twitter that they're going to make repellent candles in summer, and I understood that it could be a good idea. Then I tried to find several recipes and found out that there is a classical one with like 3% of lemongrass or citronella oil, and other 97% is different kind of mass. So paraffin or mixture of paraffin and stearic acid, or wask, or different kind of vegetable wasks. So every type you like. And we decided that we will continue making repellent candles in summer. And actually, it was interesting to start it, because when we told it to couple people who usually took trench candles, they said that the guys will be really interested in repellent ones. Actually, they can walk not only outside but inside small uh, mm, spaces. If you compare it with repellent spirals that give more smoke, and actually a lot of people have headache breathing, and it's required to the space after using it. And our candles have a nice smell. So actually, we have no feedback that someone has allergy or headache after it. And we made them, and we saw that it was a lot. But if we compare statistic from 2023 with the later years, it seems that in 2023 we did nothing.
Okay, so you massively expanded from 2023 to 2024, is what you're saying, and
Yeah,
you learned the process along the way.
yeah, we do.
Excellent, excellent, good stuff. So, so back in what was the kind of biggest hurdles you learned then from 2023 to 2024? Was it to buy like the correct type of paraffin and all that, and the correct type of cardboard? Anything else that you kind of learned? Any kind of harsh lessons or good lessons or tips that you kind of learned
Okay,
along the way?
actually, we can work with any kind of not can work. We really work with any kind of paraffin, any kind of used candles, vegetable wasks. I think in 2023 we tried to buy the cheapest one, so it was not the best, but it worked. But it was in box like 30 kilos, and it was really hard to crush it in pieces. So after the ton of paraffin of this kind, we decided that we will pay 5 hryvnias more per kilo, but we will get 5 kilo plates that are easier to be crushed. Also, we use a mixture of 3 compounds. We have nice cooperation with Delta Wilmer. It's a local company producing, um, first of all, vegetable oils, mainly sunflower oil, but also a lot of food-based products and vegetable-based products, and also different kind of cooking fats for making sweets and bakery. And once they read about us in one of the local Odessa chats, where I asked the request that we need some oil to make balms. And then I got a call from Andrei. Sometimes we publish his photo when he bring oil to us. And he said that we can give you like 100 kilos of oil. It was amazing that time, and we were really happy. And he drove it to us and said, "Okay, I will text you the name of company to thanks." And it was Delta Wilmer. Actually, a week that week I was planning to write them a letter. Maybe then can help us with oil stuff. Because, for example, we get oil not only from Delta Wilmer, we sometimes to Odessa companies who are survey laboratories. They also supply us with oil, so because they had to keep it for certain time, but then they can get rid of it, and they once in 3 months bring us use samples that they don't already need, and we use it for candles. Finally, it's turned out that Delta Wilmer can help us regularly, and in winter time we get like 1 ton of sunflower oil and cooking fats. So part of them used for bulbs and other parts used for trench candles. So because we work with 3 compounds mixture, so I learned different recipes, checked patents that already opened for different types of candles, and found that would be most suitable in our case, and it works. And it's turned out that the mixture of paraffin, stearic acid, and raffinated sunflower oil give less smoke than clean paraffin. And that is why many units prefer candles from the box with seals rather than the candles from the box without seal, because it's seal approved boxes.
Excellent. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So I take it one of the paraffins gives off a lot of smoke and a lot of smell, and the good one that you paid extra for is kind of, well, doesn't, basically.
Mm, yeah, sometimes it could work not. Well, actually, um, if paraffin is not very clean, it can get more smoke. If it, but mainly the smoke could be caused by bad cardboard or plastic that could be there. So that is why we clean all boxes that we got from tape and other labels to avoid any plastics on cardboard and get less smoke.
All right, cool. Okay, cool. Nicolette, I'm just going to go through my questions first of all, and then we're going to be taking questions from the audience, as it were, in a little bit, if that's okay. Hopefully that'll be okay. Right, right. I'm just going to call you Doctor because I like that.
Okay.
It's easier for me. I won't get it wrong then. I can say Doctor quite easily. Right. So, what is this SEAL team thing? So, how did the International SEAL Team form? Starting with locals, and I mean, you've expanded from what I can make out to Finland, to Chile, to the US, to all over the place. So, how did
Yeah.
this SEAL thing come about?
Um, there is Lviv Volunteers. So it's charity that organized a website volunteering for Ukraine. And it's a website where Ukrainian charity can post something about what they're doing and request volunteers to come, because actually a lot of people want to come here and help with their hands. Actually, our first volunteer, he joined us in November 23. It was American Drew Katzman. He's American writer and theater director. So he was like 74 that time, and he came to Odessa because a friend of a friend lived there, and she brought him to us. I think it was the first day of big blackout, and that time we were sitting in the living room. Some people, we had light, and our friends who had no light also came to us, and we sorted also some cans, tried to cut the cans that were bad cutted, and Drew joined it, and he also lived not far from our place, and he decides that he will come and help us because we look nice people, and we don't afraid that something can happen. We just do our job. Later to us joined Frank from France. He was our second international volunteer. So I saw him here listening. So actually, his friend from Lviv um, recommended him, if she's our follower, Lexa, recommended him to come to see us if he would be in Odessa. And when he came here, he wrote that he's already there. He's making common ads with another charity with whom we work sometimes. It's Незламные Матуси. They make common ads and Jilly suits. And I say, okay, come, we always need hands. And he shared his volunteer time between us and Matusi. Finally, he recommended us to other guys whom he met in Lviv. It was in Italian guy Daniel and Simon from Deutschland. And they spent a week with us, and they finally said, guys, you need to register your charity and volunteering for Ukraine. It will help you to find more people. And in autumn of 2024, I finally did it because a lot of my volunteers who helped me in 2003, 2024 found a full-time job, and they were not able to spend more time in candle studio or in the attic with strange candle things. So I posted our announcement there, and since this time we regularly have someone who come to us. It is interesting that I think only few people known us before from our social media mainly found us through the website. Because so it could be a person who decided, okay, I go to Ukraine and he starts volunteering in Ukraine, and this site is in the top. Unfortunately, only few charities from Odessa are registered there, so it is really easy to find us if you decided to check what is happening in Odessa. That is why some people think that in Odessa there are only few volunteers. It's not so. Actually, there are a lot of them, but only few are registered. It depends on certain things, like not everyone known about this resort, even we tell it, but mostly people afraid that the English is not perfect, but they don't know it's enough, and they will not be able to communicate with foreigners. Yeah, actually, it is needed to have at least one person who has fluent language in the team who will be regularly there to communicate with foreigners. Because even you use Google Translator on your phone, it's translates sometimes really weird. So for last couple of weeks, we had a French volunteer Christian. He is leaving on Monday. He shares his time between Dobrobat. It is a team of volunteers who make reconstructions after arrivals. Yeah. With the term arrival, we means that something was damaged by a strike. So first he came to them, but they work not all the days, and he decided to share his time with other charities. Then he came to Corridor UA. It's our friends. It's a charity that organized by Czechs and Odessans people, and so they also work on construction. And so a lot of volunteers from Czech Republic come to them. So Christian come to them, and then Carol brought him to us. And Christian was not able to speak English or just basic phrases, and it was hard to him to speak. He always used his phone. Um, mm, and then he told something. He tried to explain that he the cardboard that he took um, don't could be cut well, and it makes a wavy edge. But it's translated like from French into English with the next phrase. The age is not clear because the cardboard is very shy. So he showed me. I started laughing. Then he reread what wrote the translator after him. Understood that it's really used wrong word, but I understood what he needed. I gave him other cardboard and knife, and finally everything was okay. Uh, mm,
So how did you pick the actual name? Why are you called seals? Like I'm just kind of
ah,
wondering how you came up with the word seal. Why not shark?
sorry.
Because I'm a shark, you see, and
Um,
sharks and
we
seals
love
don't normally.
seals.
Yeah, I like
Seal,
seal.
yeah. So we start. So Victoria and I are big fans of seals, so we place them on boxes. We have a big collection of plush seals, so sometimes you see them on our photos when we get some stuff, or and we put plush seals so that we received it or going to send it. Um, and so in a time when it's shown that we are seals, and also uh, here on Twitter, it's turned out that people have to call somehow the person behind the account. And one once Slayer of Muscadil learned that I have a degree, and so in so it's PhD, and she started to call me Dr. Seals and Seal, and then others joined it.
All right, brilliant. Okay, so that explains how you got the seals then. Excellent. I got my shark suit. You see, so I'm a shark. So, but I'm a nice shark. So I'm not gonna eat you or anything like that. So that's
Seals are nice. They are cozy. We have a lot of fun. I can tell a lot of fun facts about seals. For example, if the seal is bitten by a shark, actually seal will survive. If we compare it, for example, if any land mammal will be bite by a shark, actually it will be die. Actually, it will be dead. Um, and so seals have good amount of fat, it helps them to pass through hard conditions. They're not lazy if we just looking the pictures how they rest at the beach. It's really clever animals who can dive deeper than many submarines. Like common seal is dive down to 400 meters, and elephant seals down to 2 kilometers. So
Wow.
it's a nice strong animal to be a mascot.
Exactly, and they look very cute. Okay, the elephant seals don't look that cute, but the little seals look very, very cute. So that's
Yeah,
kind of good.
seal pups are very cute.
Yeah, very cute. Right then, so coming into 2025 on this chronology, so I take it kind of in the winter, like January and February, maybe March, you were still creating candles, trench candles. Did you change from trench candles to anti-mosquito stuff this year? Kind of, was it May time, I reckon? Maybe May, June?
So we started to send repellent candles in March as we got the first request. So we work according to the request. So the soldiers get what they need, and then and so the first request. So it was really warm spring, and it's the temperature rised very fast. So in the first request for repellent stuff we got on the 10th of March in 2025.
Okay, so you don't. I mean, from what I understand in Ukraine, I've never been there, but from what I understand, you have kind of very short kind of spring and a very short kind of autumn, but your summers are long and your winters are long. So the crossover from winter to summer is.
If we, it's really depends on region. As for me, we have here no sort of winter. It's like November for 3 months, 4 months, but it's still November, because for me real winter is when you have like -10, -15 degrees below zero, at least 50 centimeters of snow under your foot, and you can go skiing. So it's real winter. In Odessa, it's mainly 2 degrees over zero, 2 degrees below zero, and it's rains or it's cloudy. So, and you have only 2 weeks of snow. But it seems like that when you stay at your cozy home, when you always have ability to have a hot shower or bath, have hot food. When you stay outdoors, everything is look very different. So I think here I need to quote Undertow. Yes. Once he went to London. I think you also was there. And
Yeah, I was there. I must have been in London
yeah,
in my shark suit.
and there was some protest near Russian embassy or what is them.
Yeah,
And then he made a tweet that I stood just, and it was several degrees over zero. But Undertow wrote that he stood for a couple hours and he frees his fuzzy nuts, and that is why he's going to donate for 20 candles to the cost of life. Because nobody needs to be freezed. And it's
Yeah,
and it
I
he spent just couple hours in the street at the protest. When you are, for example, you go, you like camping, and there are crazy people who like camping even in winter. Uh, but that means that you do it, but you have to stay warm. If you won't, um, you will get cold, sick, so on. And when you cold, you tired. You become tired quickly. Uh, so you need more warmth to rest, and you need always hot food because when the temperature is low, your organism needs more calories to keep the certain temperature of our bodies and to stay awake. And even it's not a temperature below zero, uh, if you spend if you go camping with temperature like 20 degrees over centigrade and 5 degrees over centigrade, you will understand that when it is cold, everything is felt harder. So the warmth is essential. And when guys to have to stay in trenches 24 hours for many days, and trench candle is the only source of warmth because for some parts of the front it's so, because not everywhere it is possible to get a generator and use diesel or gas for warming. Um, so
yeah. So trench candles are kind of
yeah,
the lifesaver, really. If you
yeah,
haven't got a
uh,
generator and all that, and you've only got a trench
yeah.
candle, then
So there
that's that.
is a different part of the front that can use different things to warm. So the parts that are most far from the certain battlefield can use generators because it's noisy and uh,
And it needs fuel as well. It
yeah,
needs fuel to be taken there.
yeah,
So yeah.
and it is easier for you to get some fuel for it. Then there are parts where guys use trench candles because it's the stuff that easier to share between different trenches and dugouts, and guys easy can put just a small trench candle in their pocket. Because small trench candle like gourmet works brilliant together with emergency blanket to hit the person quickly. Um, there was one video. IDAR unit sent it as a photo report to all volunteers who send trench candles to them because they don't know whose exactly trench candles it was, but it really worked like that. And we were one of the units who helped IDAR that time. And so there was a soldier. He was covered with emergency blanket. Small gourmet can was between his feet, and so the warm air come upside to him, and he warmed very quickly. Um, the next part where it is not possible to use trench candles, and because no fire and no light is allowed it, and in this case, guys are using different warming chemical pads that is possible to put in your pocket or into your boots. It give like 50, 45, 50 uh, degrees of centigrade for 7 hours, depends on the side and compound used there. Um,
Okay. All right. Got you. So, so you basically kind of make things to order, whether they're trench candles or whether they're repellent candles things.
yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so when you got your big, so moving forward into this year through the summer and to the start of October, because from what I understand, you got a massive order from the 77th Brigade at the beginning of October. Tell us about that and how you felt when you got that order. Or was that like a mega order, a big massive order compared to what you normally get, or do you normally get orders that size?
Um. Okay. Last so our usual production of trench candles like 3,500 a week. If we had a request for more, it's complicated. Now you've seen our videos from the candle studio. You see that we have 6 stoves. Actually, our total volume of the pot standing on them is 123 liters or 111 kilos of candle mass. So last year we usually have once a week one big request, like 1,000 of candles, and the 2.5 was mainly the lump sum of other 10 requests. Also, once last year we got a request from Третья штурмовая, Third Outfield Brigade. So they requested one, I think, yeah, 2,000 of one or 2,000 of gorochs. So it's a big can with a total volume of 400 milliliters. And they were really surprised when we sent them exactly what they requested. So the certain amount of the certain trench candles. Because it's happened when, for example, a request can go through several hands. People don't understand each other, and finally ask something and get something, and it would be not the exact thing that was asked. So that is why we always ask soldiers to calculate what exactly they need, and then they will get it. And it also helps us to make a certain queue and calculate our time to manage the time of our volunteers, understand what we need more, and so on. So when we need to ask people to help us to drive materials, to drive ready stuff to Novo Posta. So when we have certain figures, it's always better when you haven't once. Okay, what else? What else? Then so it was a big request. Then I think it was the end of April. At that time, we got also a request for the full brigades from 1044th. So they asked for 4,000 of repellent candles and 4,000 of repellent bombs. Yeah, so to make 4,000 repellent candles, it was easy. So just make 3 rounds with our 6 stoves. To make bombs, it took more time, but we managed. And this request from the 77th, so we got it from one volunteer with whom we worked in previous year, but then he joined the army, and when they understood that they need trench candles, he says that he knows who can help to get what they need, and that will be really nice trench candles that works well with less smoke, um, and he sure in it. Then they made calculations and found out that they need 6,000. Oh, so 6,000, it's a big number. So you already know that during the winter we produce like 3,500 a week. So 6,000, it's the work for 2 weeks. But then we got another request for 1,000, and so if last October we sent like 7,000 total, this October we were requested for 7,000 candle just in the beginning of the month, and small requests like for 100 just come nearly every day or several times a day. So now we are working on this request. So we spend all possible money on paraffin, ask also Delta Wilmer to bring us oil. So I requested both sunflower and palm oil, and charity Gonor. They had like 600 of vegetable wask from Sweden. So the wask was for us. The plastic cube weight was for soldiers. They will keep the fuel later after the cube will be washed and provided to them. And it helped us, and now we are finishing this request. I hope tomorrow it will be ready, but we still have the big request. So if you want, you can go to our page and see posts that we have today, where just our scary numbers and the number of different certain requests. So
Yeah,
anyway, so we continue to do trench candles as much as we can, as much as it's needed, but we know that it always needed more. Because when you just finish one, you have no time just to rest and okay, I will do nothing today, because there are other guys who needs your stuff right now, because the weather is changeable and it's always wet, cold, and people need to dry their boots, because legs is the most important part of the soldier after the shirt. Because soldiers always have to think what they're doing, coordinate with each other. But if their legs would be in shit condition, they weren't able to move. They will struggle from pains, and that is why I keep the foots, the boots dry and warm help the trench candles. So because it's possible to put several trench candles and put around them several pairs of boots. And of course to wear knitted socks when they are sleeping. So some of our volunteers do knitted socks. Sometimes we collect materials for them. Um, so because some people know that we also work with charities who help to refugees, and they provide us some clothes that they don't need anymore, and or some stuff. And then I check it, and if there are something that is possible to use for army, it goes for army. If it's so, for example, if there is some knitted sweater, you understand that actually people in the city can wear another type of warm things because they also exist in these parks. But this knitted sweater can become 3 pairs of socks, and it could help the guys at the front line. And I give the stuff to women who make socks, so she uh, unrolled back to the threads and make new stuff. Actually, here we work a lot with a lot of type of recyclable stuff, and everything that can be used, we use it.
Excellent. Very, very, very resourceful. I just want to quickly say hello to Laura to see if Laura's microphone is working. Laura, sound. Oh, you are there, Laura. Is that you?
Hello, can you
Yeah,
guys hear
finally
me?
got you up. Only took
Um,
40 minutes.
Thank you so much. Again, I'm so sorry. And thank you to Sir Shaggy. Again, the highest praise for being able to do the technical at the same time. Coast of Life, I'm so excited you're here. Just thank you. Just the scale of everything you're doing and the coordination. It's amazingly inspirational. I love your seals and illustrations. You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Seals makes everything better.
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, for what I understand, you went from when you started off fundraising for the paraffin drives and stuff. You started off trying to raise $20, and now it's a lot more. So
It was not the $20. $20 we needed to finish the needed amount for 10 for 100 of kilos. So we have not because they the packs of paraffin is 25 kilos, so it's not possible to buy like just 15. So that is why we needed couple more to have a full, I think 3 full bags, or 4 full bags, and we will need $20. And I made a post and tagged different people who were following us, and undertold also this he was one of random persons who I chose, and he went through our feed and decided to donate to us, and I made a nice thank you pic with seal with cattle who making trench candles and saying hello. Oh, maybe hello from Odessa, and thanks him for support. And I don't know why he became excited. And actually, he was the first person who started to boost our post regularly, just because he found that it's needed, and seal with the cattle is really fun. So another quote from him that only being NAFA it's possible to get thank you from the seal with the cattle. Otherwise, he won't get this thank you from seal with the cattle. It's obviously.
So you basically got a lot of help from NAFO, the North
Yeah.
Atlantic Fellow Organization.
It was actually it was a one way to become NAFO. I read about them, but we became NAFO not just from the beginning. It was after like 9 months we're on Twitter. So I actually to NAFOs we were invited by TB fella, and he wrote at the end of September that he wants to add the cost of life to his list of reliable charities. And since that time, he says that we actually can call us neighbors and add it to our profile because they approve us.
Excellent, excellent. So you're official NAFO fellas, just like me. I've been a NAFO, I think 3 years now. I think it's over 3 years. Me. So yeah, excellent, excellent. So, Laura, do you have any questions since you've taken a while to get up? I've asked a few questions. I just wondered if you have any. I can pass the mic to you to see if you've got any. I've got more questions, but I thought I'd get you involved.
Thank you. Have you guys talked about the nets yet?
No,
Yeah.
not yet. Not
No,
well, a little
we
bit, but
haven't
you can
we
ask the
haven't
question.
speakerrun about nets. Okay.
I would love to hear, and it's such a horrific situation. If there's any reason not to talk about it, but it just sounds amazing. I mean, everything you guys are doing is just, I could cry thinking about it. Just the way, the ground up nature that you did, and again, the scale is amazing, and the coordination, quick coordination, amazing. But I'd love to hear about how the nets are going. Are they effective?
Okay.
Whatever you want to talk about them.
We don't produce nets, but we fundraise for them because it's actually the stuff that save lives. So one of my favorite phrase, and it's depend a lot of things that we do, that it is better prevent than treat. If in previous on the first year of war and second, volunteers were fundraising mainly for reps that can stop the signal and the drone falls. But now there are more and more drones on optic wires, and the easiest way to stop this kind of drones is a physical barrier, and it is nets. So and it's used different size of mesh for different ways. So actually it makes the same that makes the spider that catch small insects in its webs. So drones can't go through it and stops. Also, it can help it prevents the falling of small bombs from FPV down. So if it's not very small, so it could be stopped by net. So that is why there are several charities in Netherlands who just specialize in bringing nets to Ukraine. Because actually every net can work as a physical barrier. Yes, they could be damaged, but mainly it works and so used fishing nets, used gardening nets. Everything becomes handy here, and we really appreciate European countries who provide this stuff to Ukraine. So there are several Ukrainian companies who in pre-war period mainly do the nets for fishing industry and gardening, but since 2023 they sell the nets only to volunteers or military. So now we have two suppliers. One is a local company in Odessa. So actually, several of my best volunteers are working there full time now, and this is why they can't spend time with me with strange candles. But that means that they not only have a nice work, they have nice work that help Ukrainian army. It's much better than only nice work. And they also had shed loads of requests because nets are needed everywhere. And then we found a second supplier. He had better prices for nets with a small mesh size, and now we can, because they work with a bit different. They produce the nets of different size, so it is easier to us to find the most suitable piece of net for certain soldiers, because someone needs nets with small mesh, some needs with big mesh, some needs 50 square 60 square meters, some needs 100. So, and when you have an ability to share the request between different companies, it's always help, and that means that the soldiers can get their stuff quicker.
Excellent. Yeah, nets are very, very heavy as well. So I know that you use Nova Poster for the trench candles,
Yeah.
and for the repellent candles, but I guess you probably need to use. Do you use Nova Poster for the nets as well, or just lorries? Because they're really heavy, aren't
Nets
they?
are different. Actually, if you speak about bigger nets, so we posted one video. I think it was in August. There was a 300 kilos a row of agriculture net from Netherlands. Actually, it's also shipped by Nova Posta. It's brought by lorry to Lviv or any other city not far from border, and from this place it's sent all over Ukraine by Nova Posta, just placed and fixed on the pallet like any other stuff. Nova Posta, they're brilliant. They make very quick shipping, and they have nice humanitarian program helping to send stuff to the front line actually for free, for charities and for soldiers. And that means that they spend approximately 68 millions of hryvnias for this charitable shipping every month.
Wow, that's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. So that is why we ask forges to make enough of for Nova Posta, and they also official enough of now. And so that is why I usually put also the enough of and tag them when I made post about our supplies. And I see there are some questions from audience.
Yeah. Scout fella, Scouts, your hands up. Let's do some questions then. Let's go to Scouts and then let's go to Nicolette. Scouts.
Thank you so much for sharing about your charity, the work that you're doing. It's really important. I know that I spent some time in Europe when it was very, very cold, and small amounts of heat like that are really important for morale and a lot of things. I wanted to ask you, there was a company called Esbit, ESBIT. I'll send a link in a little bit. It's a German company that made these very tiny cigarette pack size stoves that you could put. They had chemical tabs, they called it chem tabs, we call them. You could light to heat water and small stoves and inside things. Um, and they were made in Germany. And I think they still make them. They
We have
started.
Ukrainian analog made by Mamo. I think.
Okay.
And I think it will be a couple times cheaper
Okay.
than
Well,
to
no problem.
bring
I just.
the original ones from Germany. So Mamo company is another of our good friends. And I have also an inspiring story about it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
whatever works well. Very small and metal works really well. So that's great. Thank you so much for what you're doing. It was just a suggestion, and I'm glad you're doing what you're doing. Thank you very much. That's all I had to say.
Thank you for following, for listening, for your questions. So it's really important for us to know that people all over the world supporting us and hearing what we are want to tell and see what we are doing. Yeah, I always try to make some photos from Candle Studio, from Attic, and Nina, she's also here, our Finnish volunteers. Nina, please wave.
I think Nina's gone to the shops, she told me. So she'll be back in a bit.
Okay. Um,
But
so
my next, I just want to.
she told us, oh guys, so be aware with Sue's camera. She will make a lot of photos of you. We need these photos. We want because people want to see how other people work. People like it because they know that they don't waste their money. They want works for the victory of Ukraine. So yeah, people always there are three things that people like to see. How burning bavovna, how flowing a nice river in the mountains, and how other people walking. So we can't show bavovna, but we can show how other people walking.
Brilliant. Actually, on fundraising, I just want to point everyone up to the nest. So up in the nest at the top, I've put a load of posts from Coast of Life's timeline up there. In there, you'll find the various fundraiser, and you'll find their PayPal. Do you want to explain how people can donate to you, please, Coast of Life?
Okay. So we have PayPal. We have buy me fish. So actually buy me a coffee, but we organize the page like people can buy fish for sales. So and also we have several accounts of in Monobank and Private Bank for different cases. So where can people donate exactly for candles, for nets, for repellent stuff, and one of the most essential that we provide to the army is EPP-11. So it's the stuff that helps to protect the person from the chemical weapon. So it's nitrate of lanthanum, and it could deactivate different kind of active chemicals that use Russians. Okay, let's give the word to Nicolette. She is raising her hands for a long time.
Off you go, Nicolette.
Well, first of all, thank you for holding this space. So now, and I've been following Coastal Life for a long time and supporting them. And so, one thing I think that's great to point out is the fact that you have always been so transparent, then people can actually see, not only just the pouring of the candles, but the deliveries and everything else. And really, I think this year it was unusual because it's like you're making mosquito bomb and trench candles at the same time. I mean, the demand for trench candles just like skyrocketed overnight. And a lot of people might not realize that. So, first of all, I encourage everybody to give you a follow. And if they can forward even a small donation, it makes a huge difference. And, there's, and one thing I've noticed over time, sometimes you might get unusual requests. And if possible, you'll certainly get that for the soldiers, not just trench candles and also the bombs, the hand bombs.
Yeah.
When it's cold in your hands, how chapped they get.
Yeah.
What relief that is for the soldiers to have that hand bomb as well, to protect their skin.
Yeah.
So
Once we got a really nice feedback. So it was published by one of our followers on Facebook. So it was mother of one of the soldiers who sent our stuff to his unit, and she made a quote from her talk with the son. So, mommy, I really liked the bombs that you sent me. Last day I just was driving on the tank, and my face became windy. Then I just spread it a couple of times, and my skin is perfect. It was really fun to read, and it helps.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Just a second. Actually, all the ingredients that we used, I checked by articles on PubMed if we can get this, what concentration we have to have. Is it work if you put it on your skin, or it's work only if so we work with mainly with local herbs, простите, and so everything that we made that we make, so all ingredients were checked by medical articles, and that is why we finally have the formula that works. Yeah, it's not give a huge heating when you put it on, for example, your knees or other part that you want to massage, but it give you soft warmth and then relief. Actually, we have here a slayer of masculine, and she can give her feedback on our bounce. Give her a word, please. She tested them.
Cool. Laura, anything? Because I'm hogging the mic here. I'm hogging the co-host seat here.
Well, I was just going to add, with that bomb, that, after Ukraine wins, you could probably make a fortune actually selling that on the retail market.
No, I don't want, after at the end of the war, I don't want any bombs or candles in my life. I want just a regular job for normal money.
You've seen enough
And no
bombs.
to manage any process.
You've seen enough bombs and trench candles to last your lifetime. Is basically what you're saying.
Yeah, candles at all.
Excellent, excellent. Laura, next question from you.
Oh, thank you. Have you guys talked about the conditions in Odessa also? How things are going there?
Could you repeat, please? I haven't heard well the first part of the sentence.
I'm sorry, it was probably my fault. No, I wondered if you guys had talked about the conditions in Odessa, how things are going there, and what we can do to help.
Actually, as we say, Odessa is a resort in general. Because we have the less bombing and dire alerts than people have in the east or in the north. And it make it possible to volunteer a lot. So if you can imagine some relaxed people in Sardinia, so Odessa a bit look like that. People are also relaxed there. Yeah, actually, everyone is fucked up with war in its own style. Well, his own style, her own style. But actually, it's still okay here. The possibility is be stricken by a shahed is actually the same if we compare to its possibility be in the car accident with a drunken driver when you cross the road. So just have you heard where it should be, not in yours, and follow the general rules, and everything will be okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right then. Right, so what's the kind of, so you've said some feedback. You've given me one feedback that you've got from some of the troops. What are some of the other feedbacks you've got from the troops when you give them the trench candles or the medical kits or things like that? What's kind of some of the nice messages that you've got back that have touched your heart the most? What kind of stands out in your memory over the past couple of years?
Так. Could you
Repeat?
Yeah,
You want
yes,
me to
yes,
repeat?
yes, please.
Yeah, so when soldiers send you messages to say thank you
Yeah.
and stuff like that, what is the messages which stand out the most? What has touched your heart the most?
There are, I think, two stories that we tell now. So last autumn, Kiev Chicken came to Odessa and spent a couple months with Coast of Life, and then it was somewhere in the beginning of his being in Ukraine. He was in the evening in a cafe and saw a guy in Pixel, and he decided to buy a coffee for him and told that he's volunteer here, he's from England, and he's thanks the soldier for everything he do. And then Kiev Chicken showed him photos from Candle Studio with painted seals on it. And soldier answered, I know these seals. They warmed us in Bakhmut. And when I think about it and retell the story, it's the thing that really make you good skin every time. The other story about repellent candles. You know that we regularly mentioned lovely Жанна and her charity Nation of Winners, who drive a lot of essential things doing the last mile in the Pokrov's direction. So once the soldiers who change the part of who were changed by the as a part of their unit came back from Pokrovsk and said that Жанна, please tell from us a big thanks to volunteer who provided us with these repellent bombs and repellent candles. Without them, it would be through hell here. So that means that Pokrovsk, without mosquitoes, is not a true hell yet. It's one of the hottest places of the front line, and if the guy coming back from there and remember that some repellent stuff helped him, it means that it really makes sense, and that means that we do really important work and we're in the place where we need to be.
Okay, all right then. Laura, have you got any other questions? Or if anybody else is down in listener and you want to come up and ask questions, then just request the speaker, and then I'll bring you up. Or if you don't want to come up and ask your question, you can always DM the Tryzub radio account, and then I'll check that as well, and then I'll read out any questions we've got for Coast of Life from there. So, Laura, any other question?
And I'm so in love with your, I don't know if marketing's the right word, but just the way you guys present yourselves, the seals and the tribbles. Have you guys already talked about the tribbles?
Oh, tribbles, we love tribbles. So actually, I have one handmade seals. It can turn into tribble. I can post its photo later, just you can see it again. And we had a new volunteer, Lewis. He came from Minnesota. Really lovely person. And I showed him our seals and showed that one. And he said, so do you love Star Trek? No, I just love tribbles. Yeah, tribbles are fluffy chunk, so they perfectly compare and fit each other with seals. You can see it on our profile pic right now. Actually, seal in banana pose, and it perfectly fits for sitting a tribble there. So Undertow invited us to tribble division. I think like exactly 2 years and 1 day ago. He wrote to us, so I organize the division. So here is your patch. So you can place it on your account. So now you will be on tribal division. Okay. Tribals are fluffy chunks, seals are fluffy chunks, they should be together. And tribals are fun. Now it's Tribal October, because it's 2 years of tribal division. Yeah, I asked Tony. He says that the first tribal was made on 5th of 5th of October. And so the tribal division, I think, started a couple of days after. But so it's 2 years old, and we celebrated with a lot of tribals of different kinds. And now we have raffle with tribbles made here, and we will raffle 9 tribbles with patches of the 77th Brigade. So we will write it to addressing to certain fella. Also, there are knitted tribbles by Sian, and also it is possible to get a new tribble if you don't have one for any donation to us. So all forgers and I will be happy to make a new tribble for you, make tribble from your pet. Tribbles are everywhere. So a couple days ago, Undertow found one on resort where he is resting now. Yeah, actually, it's a green tribble after a rest. It's common things in the autumn. So now algae called cladophora, certain species of it, not all, look like small balls, and autumn storms usually take it from the bottom of the sea and bring out to the coast. So sometimes you can find a lot of green tribbles on the beach.
Okay, well, that's how Tribbles got to the coast of life. Excellent. Nicolette, I can see your hand in the air.
Well, that reminds me, I need to change my avatar to my Tribble.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep. So I will change that today. So my Tribble will be showing. So thank you for that reminder. And it's like a lot of the things that, like the Dino division, which also supports Coast of Life, and the Tribble.
Do you know? Sorry for interrupting you. Yeah. So, Dina, we have our mem T-Rex Plotka, and because it also came from a couple of jokes, so that we made already kind of like it was, I think, 2023, like the light of T-Rex, young one, and then we decided that T-Rex could be a nice animal to keep paraffin from the Nova Posta to Candle Studio, and a year later, Undertow come up with the idea that Plotka will be actually the head of a new Dina division. Yeah, so a painted T-Rex also become a start of another division for neighbors. Okay, Nicolette, sorry for my interrupting. Continue, please.
Oh no, you were fine. I just went and changed my avatar.
Yeah.
So it'll show up here in a few minutes, and I'll be a Tribble instead of But and we do have a lot of fun in the Dinos and the Tribbles, and really when you see how vital things like trench candles are for warmth and cooking and
Yeah.
drying out socks. There's just so many uses that really help the soldiers not only give them a little more comfort, but actually help them survive. It's it really is important.
Right then. So just one more call out to anybody down below that wants to come up and request a speaker to come up and ask you a question. If you want to do that, That would be great. If not, don't worry about it. I'm just going to check my DMs now to see if I've got any messages because I didn't check before. Oh, I'm actually on the wrong account. Hang on, that's probably why there was no messages in there. Let me check now. No messages yet. So, yeah, Laura, have you got any final questions, or have you got any other questions?
I think, like Nicolette said, and I mean, just this kind of genius, like idea, the cultivation of images and fun things to kind of keep people going. I'm so impressed with you guys, of everything you guys have done and the relationships you cultivate. I think, I mean, have you guys already covered like all the ways we can donate and anything like that? Have you guys already covered all that?
We spoke about Coastal Life spoke about the PayPal, and if you go to their profile picture, they've got a link on there, and in the
Yeah. So we have a link tree, and here published all over ways to where you can donate. I need to update our profile link for our new private bank one because yesterday our monobank jar was attacked by scammers. Fortunately, Gena got the message from the bank on time and stopped the scammer, so we saved our profile money. But we decided to make another account for it. So now we have private bank envelope instead monobank jar, and I will need to add this link to the link tree. Unfortunately,
is this a regular thing? Does it happen often? Scammers, or is it kind of first time?
it happens sometimes. With us, it happens first time, but we know same stories by other volunteers that they were scammed. So when there are money, someone always wants to steal them.
Yeah, fuck
It's
scammers.
not good, but that's what we have.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad you caught it in time, and the monies were secure, and that you'll be able to buy more equipment to make your tank handles and everything like that.
We need not equipment. We need more materials.
Well, yeah, sorry, materials.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, what I like about your organization is that you seem to have a lot of fun. There's a very, very serious aspect about it. I mean, basically because you're saving lives, with the nets as well as the trench candles, and making soldiers' lives more comfortable with the bombs.
Yeah.
But also you have your tribble parties. You have your seal art thing as well, drawing seals.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of fun. So you mix a kind of business, war business, which is very difficult, with pleasure. So you keep your morale up at the same time.
Yeah, we try to do it because actually I hate the way when people try to cry, oh, nobody give us no donations today. It's so hard, but we need to do it. It's sounds terrible. And actually, when people do it and then you have no feedbacks where your money went, it's not good. So we are trying to involve the audience, show 'em what we are doing, where their money go, and try to make it with humor, always when it's possible. And yeah, so if you will join us in our Canto studio, you will find a lot of fun stuff there. If our fins are back, yeah, they. Could you give them the word, please?
Will do. I can see Undertow there. Undertow.
Hello, Tribbles might be my fault. That's all I've got to say.
Okay.
That's it. The Tribbles are on me, but they worked. So yeah, you take the wins when you can. All right.
Mr. Oh, someone's sneezing. I don't know who's sneezing. That might have been me. Well, no, I wasn't sneezing. So yeah. All right then. Any questions, Ian? Or I am. I'm going to call you Mr. Undertow. Maybe I should just call you Mr. Tribble, actually.
No, I'm just Undertow.
All right then, Undertow.
Yeah, Undertow. Yeah, but no, I've got no questions. I talk to Dr. Seal quite a lot, so no. I'd just like to say keep supporting, check their feed, look at what they've got going on at the moment, and donate if you can. If you can't, then just push their cause. That's all I've got to say, really.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, not every people can donate cash, which is kind of fair enough. But everybody can retweet and quote tweet
Yeah,
Coast of Life fundraiser. Coast of Life.
yeah. So retweets and quotes are always helpful, and it's help to improve visibility. Sometimes some new people find us after quotes, and we get new donors because they read about us and the quote of someone who they have been following for a long time. So actually, thanks again to Undertow, he involved a lot of people to the Coast of Life, and they start following us, and some become our regular donors. And it doesn't matter that how much you donate. It's important that you're with us always, that you hear us, and you stand with Ukraine, because we choose Twitter and LinkedIn first when we joined. We decided that we try to speak with foreign audience for they to know what is happening here from us, and try to show what is needed. And so this strategy worked.
Yeah, exactly. The more people that can that know you exist, that can help. So yeah, retweeting and quote tweeting is very important. I was just looking. I just had put my glasses on, and I can see, Nicolette, you have changed your profile pic to a tribble. It's a very nice tribble. And oh, Fellerina was there, and I was going to ask. Maybe she's telepathic, because I was going to ask them a question about their tribble as well. But she's gone. So I can't. So I can't do that. I haven't got a tribble yet. I'm sticking with my NAFO fella. However, what other platforms have you ever been on any spaces before and talked on spaces before? Because oh, she's coming back up. Have you ever been on Twitter Spaces before, or is this your first one?
So it's first one where I am speaking. But I was listening at couple, but usually I do it very rare. But it was interesting experience.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm really hoping that more people get to follow you because you've come on the space, and I'm really hoping that that you're going to get some extra donations out of it as well, so you can buy more materials, so you can make more trench candles and nets and basically help the war effort. That is one of the main things, as well as getting your story out and how you started and how you went and how you're going and what's going to happen in the future. I see lots of trench candles in your future, Coast of Life. Hopefully not too many, because hopefully the war will end sooner rather than later. But while it's on, well, I see trench candles and nets in your future, Coast of Life.
Yeah.
I'm afraid. But you're well practiced at it now. Oh yeah, so Fellerina, that's all I can see on my screen. You've got a very nice tribble as well. Oh,
Am I on?
you are. Carry on.
Okay. carry on. I just want to emphasize what an amazing organization they are. Um, if it's not, if it's not that they're taking care of soldiers and protecting them from pest-borne diseases, they're taking care of their feet. We learned from World War II what happens to trench foot and how they become trench feet, or the other way around, and how I'm sorry, I'm in front of a school. I'm at work. And I just want to say how great they are. Not only take care of Ukrainian soldiers, but they take care of the volunteers too. They're always making sure that we rest, we take care of our mental health. They're just amazing, humble people. That's all I want to say.
Thank you.
They're amazing human beings. That's it. That's my input.
There you go, Coast of Life. That's a good reference. You're a good. I was going to say employer, but you're not an employee. I don't know what the word is for a volunteer, for somebody who looks after the volunteers that volunteer for them. It's not employer, I know that, but you know what I mean. You know, boss sounds a little bit too formal as well. You're a good organizer. You're a very good organizer. Then I
Yeah,
think.
thank you. Yeah.
Right?
So Victoria and I both has experience in science and management, and these skills actually helped us to organize this process. Actually, I don't know how many people involved because so we have um, several sub teams who helped us in making a candle blank. So they receive materials, cans, and cardboard of certain size, and then they do candle blanks, roll in the cardboard, put it into the can, and sometimes they also has regular people. Sometimes they could come just people for an occasion because they were nearby. But actually, like um, of 50 people are involved totally who helped us collecting materials, sort materials, cut, who helped with logistics on different between different parts of the city, and mm, we appreciate the work of all of them. Not everything is shown on Twitter, so because a lot of our volunteers who are local, they have pages on Facebook or Instagram, and for them it's easy to follow us there, and could be tagged that they made something together with us, and we appreciate help all of them. And here on Twitter, you see only just the top of the iceberg.
Yeah, exactly. There's going to be lots of stuff you can't show,
Yeah,
and but yeah, I
but
mean, you
if
can't.
you check our Facebook or Telegram, there will be a lot of other things that could be kept behind if you just watch our Twitter. Actually, we have too much content because it's happen. We do a lot of things. That is why I am sharing our
Yeah.
reports
I was just going
between
to have a look at
Twitter
your link tree
and
to see what other socials you
um,
have as well. So I'm just
other
opening that
place,
up.
and it's still shadowed of things to publish.
Yeah,
Sometimes I'm tired, and at the days we have not a lot posts because I found out that the better way when I can react exactly at the time when people answer. So then it works better than if I make just shadowed posts. Mm. So, but it works.
yeah, exactly. You've got quite a lot. You've got a lot of socials. You've got your Twitter, your Instagram,
Yeah,
your Facebook, your Telegram, your Blue Sky,
yeah,
your S I8. I've never heard of
So
that.
it's
LinkedIn.
It's Ukrainian social media. They tried this social media for I think there's some crypto money, but finally a lot of people from Facebook went there that found it more comfortable for them. And approximately 10 minutes.
Okay.
And also there's a lot of Japanese followers on the social media, but not on our page, but in general. On LinkedIn, unfortunately, I have no time to write good articles for it. That is why it's not works well. But once in 2023, when we had a big fundraising for medicine, we got the large donation, like $1,000 within one transaction. So it came from LinkedIn for first aid kits.
Excellent. And thank you, whoever that person was.
Yeah. It was a Brit one, by the way, but he was working somewhere, I think in Arabic Emirates that time. But he was British.
Well, that makes me feel a little bit proud then. Excellent.
Yeah, we
Excellent.
love Brits.
It makes me very happy as well. So I'm proud and happy within 5 seconds. I'm going to have to, my head is exploding. Brilliant. Right. So, Laura, any final questions before we wrap up and then let Coast of Life have the final word? Or anybody else has got any questions on the panel, raise your hand now. And if anybody else down there and listeners, this is your final opportunity to come up and ask some questions of Coast of Life. Laura first, then Nicolette.
No, if it may be, I could wait till the end to say it too, but I don't think I have more questions, but I just wanted to let you guys know just how inspired we are by you all and just your incredible, incredible work. I'm in the United States and we've been horrified by the inaction of not helping Ukraine adequately, and we've begged them to do that, and we continue to beg. And right now, there are quite a few pushes underway to get more help, and just for anyone listening, and I believe we're nearing a point where we could get more support, get more sanctions against Russia, and I just urge everyone, particularly moderate Republicans, if you're in their districts, I think this is a time to really push to try to get more help to Ukraine. So we can just stop all of this horrific things. But
Many
just the
people
things
from
you're doing
US
are
come
amazing.
here to study how to be brave like Ukrainians.
There we go. Nicolette.
Well, one thing is, first of all, your English is very good. And I just want to say it's so nice just to even hear your voice. It brings just a whole nother depth when you actually, you know, somebody who you follow and everything else, and you actually hear their voice. It adds just another level of humanity. So, because I've never heard you on a space before. So, there again, Sir Shaggy, thanks for having the space. Coastal Life,
Yeah.
thanks for being here. And yeah, anybody who isn't following them, please do. And just thank you very much. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, we are thinking about making something like Spotify and give there some content with interview with our foreign volunteers. And but I need a person who can manage with this because I have too many things on my plate right now. By the way, a local TV wants to make a report about our foreigners next week.
Excellent. Oh, that's really good. That's one thing about these spaces, you see, because this space, as you can see in the top left-hand corner, it is recorded. So the people that couldn't make it to the actual space today, you can send them a link and then they can listen to it as well. So that I can use for a little bit of marketing as well. And as Nicolette said, when fundraisers come on spaces, yeah, hearing their voice it gives donors a little bit more confidence, maybe, to say, "Oh, they sound okay. I'm going to make a donation." So these kind of things do help a little bit, and I know it's taking 2 hours out of your day, but I'm hoping you think it's been worth it. And I really hope you get more donations out of it, and you get more followers.
Okay, thank you. So I hope you can share then the link with me in direct message, and then I can send it to some of our foreign volunteers who not right now in Odessa, but who was with us, and they really done a lot for us, because this year we, I think, weren't able to survive with the international support. So because a lot of people are burning out of volunteering, or have health problems, or found the work, and that people even come for a short time, but they are here and they are ready to help and they are ready to work hard. It's brilliant, and it's give you your own inspiration to continue to do the things that you do, and it's make you a bit happier when you know that there are people who are here for you. They never know you before, but they come and they're going to help you doing their best. And I appreciate the help of all these nice people. And we continue. By the way, tomorrow we'll have one new guy. So he already came to us, and tomorrow he will join us in the kind of studio.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. So, a new recruit.
But we always need more.
Has this person been to volunteer with you before, or is this a new volunteer?
I won't send the link to volunteer who go with us, because I think they will be happy to hear something from us. Sometimes I send them letters with pics how the situation has changed since they were here. For example, we improved our attic this autumn. Now it has really wide ceiling, and you feel they're more comfortable, and it looks like it has more space than it actually have. And when it's light, it's more comfortable to walk, to sort things, to cut, to sort. So the workplace must be comfortable. Otherwise, it's a bad workplace, and you get tired very quickly. So we try to bring comfort not only to soldiers, but to the people who helped us, if it is possible. That's all.
Excellent, excellent. Laura, do you want to make a final point or statement before I wrap up and give mine as well, and then ask Coast of Life one final question? Anything from you, Laura?
I think I see Nicolette's hand. Is there still time?
Oh yeah, there is still time. I couldn't see Nicolette's hand. Nicolette, if you've got your hand in the air, off you go.
No, that's Twitter glitch.
Twitter glitch. She hasn't got her hand in the air, Laura. This happens occasionally.
I wondered. It's fascinating, Nicolette. Your profile is flashing between Tribble and your own one. I'm just so grateful for you guys coming. It's such an honor to speak to you. I really, and it's again, I can't emphasize more. Anyone listening, please ask your representatives, anyone, to try to support Ukraine more to get this horror ended. But I just think, exactly like you said, people need to go there and see how to live properly and be brave, to be brave like Ukraine. Thank you so much for everything you're doing. I truly feel like you're saving the world. Yeah, I really do. We love you guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Laura. So, Coast of Life, what final message would you have from yourself, from the people of Odessa, and from the people of Ukraine to everybody listening and everybody in the world who may get to listen to this?
I will ask Undertow to make his favorite quote. He knows what I mean. I always show this. We learned this phrase from him,
Which one's this one?
KBO.
Yeah, keep buggering on.
Yeah. So it's our main message.
Yeah, KBO. It's what my granddad used to say. So, yeah, you just keep buggering on.
Did you say buggering on then?
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that. Fair.
No, KBO, my granddad used to have him written on his shed. And that's how British I am.
Well, I've got a shed, and I might stick it on my shed because I like that a lot.
Yeah, keep buggering on. Just keep going.
Yeah.
I'm always buggering about in my shed, I have to say. So yes, there we go. All right then. So on that note, I'll wrap up. I'll say thank you very much, Coast of Life.
Yeah.
I'll extend an invitation for you anytime you want to come on,
Okay.
and you want to come on and either just speak or if you want to have a little interview again.
Okay. We will be happy.
Yeah, we'll set it.
Yeah.
We'll set it up. So you crack on making candles and doing the fundraising, and yeah, everybody, if you can retweet Coast of Life's tweets when they put them out, that would be wonderful. If you can't make a donation, that would be even more wonderful. So yeah, thank you very much for coming. This has been the first session, first space for Tryzub Radio or Tryzub Radio.
Mm-hmm.
I've still got used to saying that. So no, thank you very much for coming and listening. And yeah, I'll send you the link for the recording. That's no problem. I might even be able to get it up on Spotify at some point once I've figured out myself how to do that.
Okay.
And then
Thank
you can send
you.
that link to other people.
Okay.
Thanks, Shaggy. Always happy to carry a coat.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, just on that coat story. So when I was a shark walking from the Russian embassy to Trafalgar Square,
Yeah.
it was very hot in my shark suit, and so I had to take my coat off.
Yeah.
Even though it was February, it was roasting. It was hot, and therefore Undertow had to carry my big sheepskin coat for a little while, and so did another guy as well. So yeah, so thank you very much for that, Mr. Tribble. All right then, I'm gonna close the space now. I'm gonna close it with our usual Slava Ukraini,
Героям слава.
Slava
Slava.
Slava.
Slava Nasi.
Yeah. Bye. See you.
Come on,
Thank you.
someone give me a Smith Voraham.
Smith-Roham.
Thank you. And scary hippopotamus is what I finally say, but I don't know the hippopotamus thing. But anyway, there we go. All right then.
Bye.
Have a great evening.
You too.
Bye bye.
Cheers. Thanks for setting this up.
Yeah.
Much
You're welcome.
appreciated. Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.
You're very welcome. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for coming.